Alrighty guys, welcome to another video, and I'm going to be showing off Lilith's Toyota Supra. That's one of my characters. She's like a cool kind of like racer chick character, and this is her custom Supra. Now you might remember back, a little while back, I did this Supra, and which was kind of a fail. It got screwed up in a lot of places, but I learned from this one, so when I went into this one, I knew what to expect basically. So I'll put that one away. And this is hers. And what's cool about her is that she treats this thing like a true JDM car. Like, she turbos it, she tunes it, and she really loves this thing. It's one of her favorite cars. It's just part of her character. And as you can see, stock front end. And it has the big addition in the back, which you will see. So her Supra is right-hand drive. It has this black stripe that goes down the hood here and stops right at the front end. You can see she has custom black inserts there in the doors, and it's hard to see, but she has custom blue inserts on the interior, as well as no passenger seat. She just has a NOS bottle there. So her car is not stock at all. It's pretty freaking cool. Got the red brake discs. Kind of hard to see a little bit. She does have the chrome and black wheels. Her taillights are completely blacked out. And, of course, the big thing is this spoiler, which these are supposed to go on a Mazda RX-7 apparently, or some sort of other tuner car. But I thought that they worked for this car. And that's what she has on this thing. So yeah, that's pretty much her car, and it's pretty damn cool. I love that it's just flat gray. It's not some sort of crazy color. It's just kind of really badass looking. And she also has another car, which I will bring in a minute. She has a bunch, but she's mostly the tuner kind of person. Like my Circle character, he does have some cars that are like that, but a lot of the times he has big muscle cars. So I'll bring in her other car right here, which is a bit of a fail, but I will show it. This is the NSX. I decided to do the Honda NSX. That's why it's right-hand drive. And I really tried with this car. I tried my best to make this car as perfect as I could, and I'll get into it. Alright, so for starters, I may or may not have butchered the front suspension and completely screwed it up, but tried to fix it as best as I could, because it might have broken, which was a bit of a bummer. And two, the taillight here, there's supposed to be a long taillight that goes all the way around, is missing. And the reason why it's missing is because I wasn't reading the instructions properly. There's a little black piece that you have to glue in, because this whole trunk piece is separate. And I didn't realize that you have to put in the taillight there. So they were showing it, and I'm like, wait, isn't that the piece that I put in already? Because it wasn't, I don't think it was numbered correctly either. So I wound up putting the thing together, and then when I was done with it, I'm looking at the car, I'm like, that doesn't look right. And I realized that I didn't put the piece in, and I screwed it up. I screwed this thing up completely. I tried my best. Believe me, I really did. And another thing that I've never encountered on a Tamiya kit before is the wheels. Okay, so these all 1, 2, 3 went in perfectly the way that they normally do on a Tamiya kit, except for this one. I don't know why it's so fussy. It doesn't want to go in. Even still now, it still kind of pops out. I don't know what the issue is. I've pulled it off 50 or so times, put it back on. It will not go in. I don't know what the hell the problem is. Just, this tire just likes to stick out. And it sucks, because this is one of my all-time favorite cars. And yeah, I completely screwed up the model for it, so we have one loser and one winner. So, fantastic. For some reason, the NSX seems to get a really bad rep. The new one does. Everyone says, oh, the original is better, which, like, no shit. Of course it is. It doesn't look as good as the original. Again, no shit. Everyone says that about every single car. I've seen that with the Challenger, the Charger, every freaking car. Whenever it comes out, whenever a new car comes out, everyone says that is the ugliest thing ever. Until they get more familiar with it. Every single time, without fail, every single time there's a new car, everyone says it's ugly. Literally every time, without fail, that happens. Just look up any new car that gets unveiled and look at the comments. You'll see everyone calling it ugly, no matter what. But this car has a lot of cool features in real life that, at this price point of what this car is worth, is just insane. For one thing, it's pumping out close to 600 horsepower from a twin turbo V6, and it's a hybrid V6, so it's got electric motors in the thing. So let's say one day you decided to drive this thing to the office if you had enough money to buy this car. Let's just say that you bought this car and you decided to drive it to the office one day. You go to work and you're leaving and you're just like, I don't want to hear that loud V6. You don't have to. This thing has a quiet mode. What other supercar, or not really supercar, more sports car, do you know at this price point that has a quiet mode? You can shut off some of the exhausts and a lot of the electric motors kick in. What other car at this price point do you know that does that? That's awesome. This car is really, really cool in real life, and I encourage people to look up videos of this thing because it's really underrated. Everyone I know says it's the poor man's Audi R8 or Audi R8 or whatever you want to call it. Everyone I know makes fun of this car. I posted it on a chat that I'm in, and everyone hates it. They're like, ew, that's disgusting. I hate the new NSX. I love the new NSX. It's one of my favorite cars, and if I had $100,000, I would drop it on one of these cars instantly. It's such a good car, and it doesn't get enough credit. One of my favorite things that this car has is actually the shifter. It's like a dial that you crank. It's kind of idiot-proof because... not a dial. That's the Ford GT I'm thinking about. It's a button that you press, rather. I'm confusing it with the Ford GT. It has a button that you press to put it into what gear you want to put it in. So it technically is both a automatic and a manual because it has paddle shifters that you can use, which are really cool. You can put it into a manual mode if you want to. And it has buttons that you press to put it into park and drive, so it's kind of idiot-proof. You can't really screw up, going into reverse by accident because you pushed a button to get the car into there. That's kind of a nifty idea. I know some people are going to be, bad about that. They want a manual transmission with the big shifter that comes out of, the floor and everything, or the center console. I understand, but at the same time, I really like when manufacturers do something different, It also clears up space, which is cool. Again, it's a very practical car, too, which I really dig about the NSX. It's probably one of my favorite, one of my favorite cars of all time. I saw a racing version at the New York Auto Show years ago, and I didn't even appreciate it. I was just like, oh yeah, I guess Acura's making something kind of cool. All right, whatever. Didn't even pay it much mind because I wasn't into JDM cars back then. I wish I could see it again. Because I love these things. But anyway, I'm curious as to what you guys think, which one you guys like. Obviously, it's not going to be the NSX because that one was kind of a fail. I screwed that one up. But I tried hard. I mean, 3.5 days of just constant painting and gluing on this thing. It was a really sophisticated kit. I poured my heart and soul into this thing, but it was ultimately a fail, so... I'm disappointed. Really disappointed in myself. Not the kit. I'm disappointed in myself because I couldn't do it. So, I mean, I'm still going to keep this thing around. I'm not going to throw it out or anything. Big shout out to Model Roundup for sending this guy over. I mean, I bought it from them, but, you know. Anyway, the Supra is the real star of the show here, because her car is awesome. It makes like 700 and something horsepower. It's, you know, turboed and tuned and really freaking badass. It's lightweight. A lot of the luxury features stripped out of the thing to save on weight. And she built it into a real race car. And this is the car that he races, or she races Mike with it. She tells him to bring something turbocharged and fast. And what does he bring? She's waiting for him. It's when they first kind of meet. And she says that she wants to street race him. Then they'll start talking because she doesn't really trust him. She says bring something turbocharged and fast. And he rolls up in a Grand National. I mean, he's technically not wrong. It is turbocharged. It is a fast car. So, just a little quirk that happens in the story. And, no surprise, he doesn't win, but he gets pretty damn close. But, I just love that. Well, anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I will include some pictures and stuff like that. And, yeah, I'll see you guys next time.